Hey guys, this is Tango here for another tutorial. Today I'm going to show you a simple little idea I came up with for storing items in bulk and being able to quickly see how much of the item is in bulk storage at a glance with a really convenient light indicator system. I call it the silo. So what we have is a single chest that you access, but in reality it's kind of granting you a sort of virtual access to as many chests as you'd like to connect in the back going up. Items that are added to the silo in this hopper up top will automatically cascade down through the chests and fill them from the bottom up. As you take items from this bottom chest, it will automatically be refilled by any items in the backup chests above it here. But the real feature is over here. This series of lights will indicate how much of the item we have stored in the silo at a glance. As more items are added and the chests fill up, these lights will light up from the bottom to the top. The topmost light that is lit up identifies the chest that is currently being filled. So if I had 4 double chests full of items in the silo, you'd see 5 lights lit up since the 5th chest is the one currently being filled. And obviously when no lights are on, the silo is just completely empty. So you can see if I add some items to this hopper on the top here, the items will cascade down through the system, falling into the bottommost chest. And when they're done, the top chests obviously have no lights anymore, and those lights go off. Now you did see some flickering there. That's because the timing of the hoppers is a little crazy. But rest assured that once the items have settled, all the proper lights will be lit up. So you can see right here we have 1 light on, which basically says the first chest is the one currently being filled. If I added a full double chest worth of items up to the top of the hopper, this second light would turn on, indicating that the first chest is filled up, and then we are actively filling the second chest. Now, there are quite a few places where a storage system like this could be pretty convenient, and I've got a couple examples built out here just to give you some ideas. First, if you've got a mob farm, you can have all the items from the mob farm fall into an item sorter up above, which then drops the items into the appropriate storage silos below, one for each type of item dropped from your mob farm. Also, over here, suppose you've got an iron golem farm, you could use this design in an iron golem farm, just add some hoppers to the bottom of the kill area down here, funnel them through an item elevator in the back, sort the iron bars and the roses into the appropriate storage silos. It would work pretty nice. Additionally, you could use this for an Enderman Farm if you want to store your Ender Pearls, because we all know we get tons of them there. Maybe even you've got a massive wheat farm, and every time you pull the lever on your automated wheat farm, you want to dump all this wheat into a huge storage silo to always know how much wheat you have. Basically anywhere that you need to store a lot of a single item, this design can be pretty useful. Alright, let me quickly show you how to build this thing. So it fits nicely into a 3x5 footprint. However, you will need to go below this kind of base level by 2 blocks, which I'll show you in a second. But if this is going to be our front side here, let's start off by placing our chest like so. Next to it, you're going to want to put your column of lights as high as you want to go. The design is modular, so you can go as high as you want. After that, you're going to put an a backward stairs right there. This can be any kind of transparent block. It can be, a slab, whatever you want there. And then next to it over here, as you saw, just a simple row of blocks. Now, back here, immediately behind the chest, you're going to put a full block. You're going to pop this out and put a half slab. On top of that half slab goes the comparator. This pulls the capacity signal out of that base chest. And on top of that, put another full block. Now we're going to go down below like I was mentioning here. I already had some of it dug out here. From here, pop that block out, put another one there. Let me get some dust. Put dust on there, and a torch like so. 2 more dust, and a torch underneath. Now what you should see here is, as I add items to that chest, that light goes on, like so. Alright, that's the first level. For the second level, we're going to start off by putting our hopper into the side of the chest there, and a double chest on top of it, like so. From there, go back to whatever your normal building block is. And I seem to have lost mine. There we go. And add a block there and throw your comparator directly on top of that. Behind that now, put a block on an angle like so. And then from there, a block down there. Throw some dust on it. The signal will, or the capacitor will, or the comparator will pull the capacity signal out of the chest, light this up. Now from here, just run this all the way back, and what we're going to do is go repeater, dust, repeater, like so. That's your second level, and as I add items in, the light goes on, but they're already going down into the bottom level here, as you see. Alright, I forgot to mention, you can just run solid blocks up the side there. You can do that before you even put down, the first level there. For the next level, we are going to put our hopper coming out of the side of that chest there, and then put double chest coming back like so. After that, take a slab, half slab, and put it directly coming out of the hopper to the side like that. This way here you can still open your bottom chest. If that was a full block, you wouldn't be able to. And from there, just simply place a comparator down, and that will be it for that level. For the next part, we're going to go ahead and just put our hopper coming out of that chest like so, and put our next double chest directly on top of it, and one to the back like so. From here now, you need to take another half slab and stick it out of the hopper like that, and then a full block like so. Comparator, there you go. Comparator pulls the capacity out of that chest, sticks it, powers this block, which turns the light on behind it. Okay, we've now reached the point where the pattern starts to kind of repeat itself. So I'm just going to go ahead and add a bunch more double chests. And you'll see how I do it, but they basically just keep kind of zigzagging now. Such a pain to add these. Like so. Like so. Hang with me. I'm not that coordinated. Alright, so you'll see now that you see a definite pattern here. They're just kind of going left, right, zigzagging up. So the pattern over here now is the chests on this side get a block coming directly out of them, like so. And put a comparator down right there. So yeah, this side gets a block coming out of the chest, and the comparator pulls out and pushes into the side right there. The ones over here get their comparator put right next to their chest and a solid block like so. So what you see here, let me finish a little more of this off, you'll get the idea. And let me put one more up there. Like so. There we go. So that guy's we're on this side, so he gets the block first. And the comparator. This guy gets the comparator close. And a block there. And these lights would keep continuing up. Those would keep continuing up. Just like that. So yeah, like I was saying, you can see there's a pattern here with these blocks too. It's 2 next to the lights, 2 away, 2 next to the lights, 2 away, continuing the pattern. I hope that's clear. And you are done. That's just about it. The only thing left is once you get your topmost chest in and hooked up, once you've decided how high you want it, you're obviously going to have a hopper or some way of feeding into that chest. But this is, obviously completely up to whatever system you're doing. You could put it directly on top, you could put it on the side there. Maybe you're going to have if I could place a block there. Maybe you're going to have like a water stream feeding into it like so. That's all dependent on what your system is. But let's give this a shot. Let's see if it works. Put in a few blocks. You can see the lights go down. Yeah, now see, that light is skipped. Again, this is the timing issue with hoppers. if that chest was to hold items for any length of time, it would light up. It's just because an item is being put into that hopper and pulled out before that light gets a chance to light up. But you can see the items cascaded all the way down, and when I took them out, the light went out. Alright, that'll wrap it up, guys. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, whatever, by all means, leave me a comment. I read every single one of them, and I will likely get back to you. Also, I encourage you guys to check out my Let's Play series, where I build custom redstone inventions of all kinds. I think you'll find it to be quite a bit different than the norm. Alright guys, until next time, thanks for watching. Tango out.